Hey everybody, it's Flashback Friday. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe. We don't want you to miss a single episode. And if you can, boop, boop, give me a thumbs up. So here's what's happened in Bonita Springs real estate this week. It has been a very busy week. It is uh, the Easter week, long weekend, tourist season, gorgeous weather. Tons of people are here. Tons of people are here on vacation, taking advantage of the long weekend. Tons of people coming to town to look at real estate. And we're getting emails from folks coming to look at real estate. And there's no real estate to show them. I get calls from people who say my website's broken, that there's no properties showing up in XYZ community. And I always check the MLS because there could be a mistake now and then. But no, there's nothing. It's showing zero because there are zero. There are zero in many neighborhoods. So, I think back to 2009, 2010, when we were all sitting around here twiddling. Yeah, the tides have turned, and it's going to be short-lived. It goes like this. It's going to come up. It's going to go down. So we're just in an upcycle where a lot of people need housing right now. We've only had a few listings. They've sold right away. We've got one right now that just hit the market, and I think that there's, just scads of people waiting to look for it. So my advice to buyers out there is to make sure, number one, don't hang up on the listing agent just because you don't like what she says. You might be the contract. I haven't even negotiated the contract. Somebody hung up on me. So the other thing is, sometimes it's not always about price. It may be about price, but there's other terms on the contract. Please find out why those sellers are moving. Read all the disclosures before you place your offer. Ask some questions. Read the private remarks. Sometimes we just put them in there. I'd rather your offer show up and look great, and you're giving the seller the time frame that they need to close. There's a lot of facets to an offer, and it's not always about price. So keep that in mind. In other news, a lot of these showings, they're all scheduled electronically, and we do not allow overlapping showings in some circumstances. So whether it's 30 minutes or 1 hour showings, you can actually have a property book up by the time you find it so that you're on the second day of showings, and you might possibly miss an opportunity on that home. So word to the wise, if you've got something very specific you're looking for, you want to keep the fees under a certain price, you want a home that is going to be a certain price, you've got a pet to accommodate, you name it, it can all be put in the MLS portal so that you get emailed listings as they happen. Now, just because you get that listing first doesn't mean you get the contract in first and it's accepted, but you do get that appointment. And sometimes that appointment is what you really need if you're able to see inside. And if you're not able to see inside, it's time to start learning the neighborhoods, communities, and floor plans so that you can place offers sight unseen. I just report the news. I didn't make it. That's the way it's going. A lot of people are buying sight unseen. We're seeing a lot of sales of vacant land because there are folks that, for example, on the rivers and canals, $500,000 buys you a house that needs remodeled in many circumstances. Plus it has some latent issues, perhaps flood insurance that's required because it's a home from the 70s and it's a little low lying, may not have storm shutters, may not have impact windows. So you've got some other things that show up on your wind mitigation. So people are like, 500,000, I got to put 200,000 into it. Maybe I'll just build from scratch instead of buy. So keep that in mind. We can show you some vacant land, or at least get you a list of vacant land so that you can drive around at your leisure. And what else is going on? Oh, I wrote a book. So it's at the publishers right now, and it's going through the editing process. I had some great help locally. I'm not going to say his name, but he's a local editor. I just don't know if he wants to be public like that, but I have a little bit of help with that. So that should probably be released sometime this summer. Everybody always said I should write a book. Those people who remember me from when I used to write for the papers and the magazines. So that's more or less it. It is Easter weekend, so today's Good Friday, and a lot of people have Monday off or taking a personal day on Monday. Heck, a lot of them actually work remotely now, so we've got a lot of folks here in town. So everybody, please drive slowly, safely, use your blinker, and have a great Easter weekend. God bless you all. And if there's anything we can do, especially if we can help you list your home, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you.